It was good, was good. It's your boy Ron Cross here with the Apex Mind channel. We're promoting a higher perspective, you know what I'm saying, towards life. We're chasing peace over here, and whatever works for you, works for you. So I wanted to discuss a couple of things because, I've been rocking on YouTube for a minute on my other channel, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, I lost that channel, but I guess that was for a reason. It's still up and stuff, but I lost that email. I can't get into that email for some reason. I'm not upset about it either. So I just want to discuss a few things, right? And this will go more towards people that are on YouTube that's trying to make a channel. Matter of fact, it don't even got to be like that, because this can apply to all things, right? So listen, man. People are going to have their opinions, and they're going to try to debate with you because they may disagree with you, or their ego may be trying to leash onto you and convert you into something that you're not. And this is what we try to avoid in life, right? So with life is complex but simple at the same time. With life, you're in charge of your destiny. You're the master of your fate, captain of your ship, right? Master of your fate, captain of your ship, I got from a book called Think and Grow Rich, which talks about affirmations. I'm not really a big fan of the affirmation thing because to me it doesn't have a strong foundation, but that's for a different topic, right? So what I want to discuss is you're in charge of your life, no matter what anybody says, you know what I'm saying? The thing that fucks us up is the stimuli that we get from interactions with people because, you start to understand that words are spells. It gives off an energy that may influence you to do things that you may not normally do, right? So it is your duty to control these stimuli because it can make you do things that you won't normally do, for whatever reason. It could be for approval. It could be just because they trying to, like some type of, you want to use that to manipulate somebody. Whatever the agenda is, you must be aware of how people affect you in your life. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I'm saying, like, I can't just say this is for YouTube. This is just all around life. Because on here, people are victim to the dopamine effect because there's a psychology that is wrapped around all of these systems that we use, like YouTube, Facebook. They use psychology against you. Mainly the dopamine effect. And I'm sorry, this fruit fly is pissing me off because I'm drinking a beer. But Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of these stuff give off a dopamine effect. So dopamine is basically a brain chemical, that it's similar to like addiction, right? Like when you're in love with somebody and things go sour and you find it hard to break up with them or to leave them. That's dopamine taking control of you. It has a full effect on you. And it also could be ego mixed in with that. Because ego is a leash. Ego is a character, coming from thoughts that haven't really, found a foundation, but they exist in your mind, but not in the real world. But you want it to be in the real world. So that's why we discuss them. That's why we try to manipulate people into following them. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? The motive is. But these factors can control you if you're not aware of them. So what happens on platforms such as YouTube and stuff, whatever, you get a few likes, you get a few views. Now all of a sudden that becomes addictive. All of a sudden your ego kicks in because you have to maintain the character on these platforms because the dopamine effect is forcing you to do that because it gets you what you want, which is likes, views, or whatever. So people need to be conscious of stuff like this because it doesn't just pertain to social media. Like I said, it could be a relationship, it could be a video game, anything that makes you feel, it's like a euphoric feeling. That's dopamine. That's what that is. That mixed with ego can get you in a lot of trouble, right? So we need to promote a higher perspective of learning self better, identifying things with yourself. identifying how thoughts work. You know what I'm saying? What influences you? Sorry. So, for instance, like environment influences thoughts. Thoughts create feelings. Feelings create actions. Actions produce results. You know, you have to understand how that works, and it takes some experimenting. It takes some level of awareness. It takes work, and it's not something that you can just change. You know, but this is something that you have to be aware of if you want to get in tune with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Also, you need to get into social science. Things like that. And I'm going to keep it just at that level because I'm also doing my studies. I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a scientist. I consider myself a social scientist, but I still have a lot to learn. So I don't want to overburden y'all, and I don't want to scramble my words up because I'm constantly studying. But these are the things that are locked into my mind, you know, because I was at a state in my life where I allowed the outside world to control me. And what it did was damn near ruin my life. I'm talking about women. I'm talking about, just the streets. Things like that almost ruined my life because I ain't know how they operate and I ain't know how I operated. So I don't want people to go through the same thing I went through, but also I won't force information on people. So this is why YouTube, again, I have to go back into this, I have to. Whoever wants to see it is there. Am I going to force it? No. Because guess what? If I force it, that's my ego. That means I'm trying to dictate what you need to learn, which is not fair to you. You have your own journey, and what works for you works for you. But I'm just saying what works for me, because there's like-minded people that went through situations that I went through that need an ear and are looking for an ear. So you can find it, You have to learn how to be a shark. What's your way of thinking? You need to understand how the world works. You have to understand the stimuli that affects you. How to do it. It's, like I said, that chain of thought, that is one of the ways, you know what I'm saying? But that is the main way because you're able to track your thoughts. Now, as far as any other method, that may be on you. We are all in different predicaments, you know what I'm saying? So whatever works for you, do that. Don't allow anybody to tell you who the fuck you are. You're who you decide to be. You know what I'm saying? Because in all actuality, the situations that we go through emotionally doesn't exist to the real world. It exists to us because we're the ones that feel it. We're the ones that generate the thought. You know what I'm saying? And a feeling can turn into action, yeah, but a feeling stops right inside your mind. The action is, a different story. Yeah, it could be influenced by your, feelings, but the reality is people don't know how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Really, you could say how you feel, but how you feel, your thoughts is infinite. Things is going to change, you know what I'm saying? You need to identify what dominates your mind, though. That's a different story. But anyway, that's just something short right there, man. I'm going to make more content. I don't want to knock y'all over the head too quickly. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm doing my learning. I have to do my due diligence and stuff like that. This isn't something that I just learned. I just don't like talking and scrambling on my words. That means that I need to study more, right? So this is the stuff I don't, stutter on. I don't get caught up in, you know what I'm saying? I understand this shit fully. You know what I'm saying? And I understand it fully because people hate it. People hate a black man that's conscious. You know what I'm saying? They hate it. And you may not know what direction it's coming from because that depends on your journey. I have a different journey from other people, so I may not have the same hate, you know what I'm saying? But I know it exists because I look at it and I just move away from it. Because what is the point of going like fighting something that you can't control? You know what I'm saying? Because there's gonna be a bunch of things in life, maybe millions of things in life that you can't control. Billions, maybe. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't lived long enough to be able to speak on that. But I know you're going to keep going through shit. So you might as well strengthen up. Whether you're a convicted felon, whether you just lost somebody, and say this is what it is. This is what life is. Life has no moral compass. People do. And that varies on the culture. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. I'm going to leave y'all with that cliffhanger. I got more content coming soon. Bless y'all.